PSG against Aston Villa.
Yo, Luis Enrique is the best manager in the game right now.
Interesting. Bold
Right
statement, bro.
Right now, Luis Enrique, best manager in the game.
I will say the fact that PSG is they didn't have a great start in the Champions League, in the league.
They didn't have a great start, no, at all.
And maybe
they barely got in.
Maybe we're seeing the strategy.
Liverpool finished top. Where are they?
Maybe he's like, don't run out of gas.
Yeah.
So early. We don't need to be first.
MLS. Momentum into the playoffs.
Okay. This is the MLS table.
Yeah, this is the MLS Champions
League, in the wild card spot. You're still in.
You in, baby. You just got to make the playoffs. And there's no relegation. So this is MLS. You don't get bumped down to Europa.
This is something where, speaking to Luis Enrique, what he's been able to do after losing him and losing Mbappe, not selling Mbappe.
No, giving away Mbappe. They didn't lose Mbappe. Remember, this man benched him. Remember, he was pulling him out of matches in the 28th minute?
Yeah.
Let's go sit with your family, bro. The ability for Luis Enrique to say, okay, this is Mbappe's team. It's been Mbappe's team forever. He got rid of Messi. He got rid of Neymar. He wants to be the star. He's out of here anyway. So I need to shift the focus to everyone else. I need to be the guy. I hate to use the word alpha because it's been, demonized so much. It's been turned into something much else. But he says, I need this to be Luis Enrique's team. I need to be the one that has control of the locker room. I need people to listen to me, not him.
Yeah.
I don't need people to look at him to say, what do we do? I need them to look at me. So I'm willing to put my career on the line. And he was putting his job on the line by benching this guy, benching him, pulling him out in the 28th minute, making everyone confused, making everyone talk about it. I think Mbappe handled it well. He leaves. It took a minute, man. When you got a guy like Dembele, bro, it takes a minute to be like, you got to stop making me look bad. I'm giving you chances. But Desiree Doué, Mendes, Vitinha.
Yeah.
I mean, this is...
Kvaratskhelia.
I was like, why are you buying this guy? You already got people like, this is an amazing buy.
We were just like, Barcolla's fine.
Yeah.
Why are you giving those?
You don't need all this.
What how wrong were we?
Yeah,
I mean,
yet again.
Yeah, I mean, the identity of this team, I mean, it's looking like a Barcelona team. I mean, let's not be kind of crazy. Let's not be crazy about it.
I also think, in a way, look, the fans, bit of immunity, right? I think they went to Neymar's house. They chanted in front of Neymar's house. They wanted the big stars gone. They wanted the team to feel a little bit more Parisian, a little bit more like them. We've talked about this a couple of times. In a sense, it could be like, a lot of times players will be like, this is why the fans don't make decisions. This is why the fans don't buy players. This is why the fans don't do this. In a way, the team... I don't want to say capitulating, but the team's saying, we'll meet you halfway. We'll get rid of the superstars, even though they try to keep Mbappe. We'll get rid of the superstars. We'll bring in big players, but that play for the badge, not for themselves. And you're seeing the fruits of that labor. And to me, it starts with the decisions Luis Enrique makes. No one has a position. This is beautiful. No one's like, yo, you better stay on the right-hand side. I'm going to stay on the left. It's pandemonium. If you're Aston Villa, you don't know who to defend. You're like, this wasn't my man's at the beginning of the match.
Sure. This was... Look, and then Aston Villa scores first. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is going to be...
Who was it, Morgan, right?
Yeah, Morgan Rogers. Yeah. And a goal where just a great switches of play and PSG forget that there might be players behind them and Morgan Rogers basically walks the ball in. And then after that, the goal from Doué was something where, everybody, the curl and everything, it was a beautiful shot, but it's really what happens before he takes the shot, because he does a body feint to make it seem like he's about to cross it.
Right.
And Emi Martinez bites. He's like, oh, a cross is about to come in.
I see what he's about to do.
Let me get in.
He tries to cheat.
And he cheats and he gets near post. Desiree Doué takes another touch and bangs it in far post. And that goal is... not solely on Emi, because obviously the defender could close in a little bit and do a little bit better. But Emi Martinez, you can't break away from the fundamentals.
Nah, man, you gotta stay. You gotta keep your feet where they're supposed to be, bro.
You can't move. The play, he's like 20 yards from you.
Yeah.
You can't be biting like it's a 1v1, like you're 1v1 defender.
And let me tell you something. Right after that goal, there was a certain sound that comes from the PSG fans where I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is the lick back for the World Cup.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean,
this was in that moment. I was like, I could feel like people are like, ah. Every time they beat him, they're like, ah. How's it feel now?
Yeah.
There is something. This feels a little bit like, we've talked about like how sometimes national teams feel like that country's army. You know what I mean? When they play another team. There's something about PSG right now where that feels like this is France's team right now. And I know there's Marseille fans like, no. And I'm sure Lyon fans are like, absolutely not. But you get what I'm saying? There's a weird sentiment about just one of us beat Emi Martinez.
Yeah, there was a good backdrop of like, and Emi Martinez still has the Argentina colors. He got the flag in his hair. So he knows what he's doing too. But no, this was a, I thought look, PSG was fantastic all over the pitch, but the goals themselves, the Kvaratskhelia goal,
crazy.
Emi Martinez probably should do a little bit better there.
This was a weird match for Emi Martinez, especially with, you would assume the way they were set up, they were like, look, let's just be defensive as possible and try to get back to Villa Park. This was odd. I expect Emi Martinez to be much more of a brick wall.
Sure, and look, it's not only on him because his defenders also have to do a job too, and try to make the shots as difficult as possible on those PSG attackers.
I also think this was Emery making a bit of a mistake, trying to sort of defensively, during their attacking setup, they were defensively in a back three, which I think just, it's kind of hard because it is what it is, but you leave so much room for some of the best players in the world. You know what I mean? I think you're seeing here, Konza would step forward. Matty Cash would sometimes step forward, but you would see kind of Matty Cash move forward and they'd stay in the back three. You just leave so much room. Look, Kvaratskhelia and Desiree Doué. Those are two players you don't want to have acres of space in front of, and they constantly found that.
And it's just the level of, it's not necessarily like the Aston Villa is like overmatched per se, because I think they can do better when they're at home. But it's just when you see the level of skill, the goals from Nuno Mendes and the goal from Kvaratskhelia, it's like the fact that a fullback is your defenders are falling all over the floor.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
Luis
cutting back.
At some point, we're going to see the goalkeeper talking to the other goalkeeper. Luis Enrique is a maniac.
And it's like, you understand that the players can do it. They can technically do it.
Yeah.
But then if they have the confidence under that pressure, basically inside their 6-yard box and moving the ball around, it takes a lot of confidence to do that. And PSG are looking like they're just in a very, very confident place. Basically, they look like the best team in the knockout stages of the Champions League.
Absolutely.
They are not just winning games. Sort of.
I hope they pair up against Barcelona at some point because I want to see that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, look, penalties could have gone any way with Liverpool, but outside of that, they've looked incredibly confident.
Liverpool for a long time were the best team in the world, best team in Europe. So I think it takes a lot to beat them. If it takes penalties, who cares?
It would be, but it'll also, if PSG end up winning Champions League, it would be hilarious.
Without Mbappe,
this would be the funniest.
There's something about that. And I'm not an Mbappe hater. I love Mbappe.
No, but it's just the storyline itself.
The storyline itself.
Mbappe watching them PSG lift the trophy after being, frustrated and wanting to leave and all this stuff. And he's going to be like,
someone needs to take
was it me the whole time?